Ready. Fight.
Betrayal, shock, anger. These are words used to describe the feeling Australians have towards McLaren right now, with yet another helping hand given to Lando Norris.
Mr. Orange continues to backstab Mr. White all these years later. Oscar is Mr. White.
Isaac Hadjar hit zero in Monza after being hero in Zandvoort. The F1 world let Ferrari have their moment in FP1, with Lulu taking out the top spot.
Reports suggest Italy was in lockdown after the Tifosi's premature ejaculation.
Hometown boy Kimi has extreme performance anxiety as he again lays an egg on home turf. Either his Mary Jane is in the crowd or he's trying to turn Italy to avoid the Ferrari seat. Lando has the practice pace as he opts for more downforce than Oscar heading into qualifying.
It's better to be safe when you're prone to rear-ending your teammate, I always say.
Qualifying drew some interesting results with a surprise motherfucker from Sergeant Gabriel Bortoleto and McLaren fumbling another pole to the Flying Dutchman.
If Max isn't careful, Dr. Helmut Marko is going to be performing electroejaculation on him to start the Clone Wars.
I want to know who has the worst internet history between you and Dr. Marko. Starting the race, Max cut turn 1 after stiff but fair defense, while Charles and Oscar engage in close combat over the first few laps. After Max was forced to relinquish P1, he quickly took it back and sailed into the lead.
Speaking of sailing, Max is the world's fastest seaman in Formula 1 history, after me of course.
This race turned into the longest, fastest race in F1 history, as only small accidents between backmarkers created excitement. McLaren fell so far behind Max, only a late safety car could salvage their race, and alas, it never came.
So the safety car also likes blue balling too.
Kim Jong-Norris had pick of the strategy and gave Oscar the first option. McLaren promising both drivers there would be no undercut and a fair fight would ensue. McLaren then fumbled Kim's pit stop, which gave Oscar the lead fair and square. I couldn't have been happier. I was also stupid enough to forget it's McLaren running this show. Max said it best. Ha! Just because of a slow pit stop? Max wins his 66th race and the McLaren duo round out the podium, Oscar conceding only 3 points on his way to the championship.
Timmy, big fella.
Hey, what's up?
How are you? You feeling relaxed? Are you feeling calm?
Hyped, yep.
Are you feeling zen? Did you get a good sleep?
Sleep was alright. Oscar's teaching me to be zen, I think.
We could all learn something from Oscar, can't we?
I don't know how he does it, but he's one calm fellow.
He's a better man than all of us.
Yes, and I don't like it too much. I wish he'd come out of his anger closet.
There is a part of me that's like, man, dude, just fucking get
Flare
upset.
up.
Yeah,
Flare up.
Yeah, like show some emotion, show you care. But I don't know, like maybe that's like a sign of his true championship mentality, where he's like, I'm not worried.
I want him to be. We'll
be worried on him for his behalf.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I can learn to be zen, fucking him right in the midst of it. If he can and ah his way through it and be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can learn.
Look, I had a sleepless night. I was tossing and turning and just, just pacing the house and just going through the events that transpired. And No. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to our box bashers. So
welcome aboard.
We've had 2 really solid weeks, which has been really exciting. So we're getting a lot of new viewers, and they clearly
tracking the numbers. Yep.
They clearly at least like what I'm doing. I don't know about
well, no feedback,
what you're doing,
but they're sitting in front of the telly for long enough to crank up the hours. So no, it's been huge.
Exciting. Well, it's exciting stuff because we just love talking about Formula 1. I mean, we were doing it anyway, so we're like, well, shit, let's just turn the camera on and let people into our bullshit talk. But
turn the game off and turn the camera on instead. Just keep the chat alive.
Yeah, I kind of miss the games. Like maybe we should just go back to gaming.
Yeah, maybe.
No. But yeah, if anyone who's subscribed or liked or just hung around for an hour, really appreciate it. Like it has been.
And we noticed. That's the thing. Like we absolutely.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I don't look at the numbers too much. You love stats and figures, and you're breaking it down. So I constantly get messages from you just throughout the day, like, oh, another sub, another like, another comment.
Keeping updated with the watch hours and
like, let me just say, like, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching now and you haven't hit like, do so, because if you knew how wet it made Timmy and the pleasure that it gave him.
Shameless begging. It's okay.
I wouldn't call it begging. Like, it's a free thing to do to give you such immense pleasure. And it gives me pleasure seeing how pleasured you get from it.
Oh, it makes me very excited, you know.
Yeah.
We're rounding out to that 100 sub on...
Don't let Timmy go dry. All right, that's enough of that. Are McLaren's PAPAYA rules fabricated bullshit? Do they have any worth at this stage?
Well, I'd love to know. I think they need to release them.
Yeah.
Bring out the second edition, see where we're at.
Yes. The New Testament.
They've changed. They must have changed.
Well, clearly, Oscar doesn't have a copy of the new edition either. He's still working off the old textbook.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The OG edition before they had two number ones. Yeah, really. Yeah. Before they both were like taking wins and points off each other.
It just doesn't make any sense in my mind. I mean, McLaren, they seem to be doing this groundbreaking thing of like, we don't have a number one and a number two, and we have two number one drivers and we're making it work and blah, blah, blah. And every other team's looking at them very skeptically, and they've, there's lots of little comments here and there, like Toto Wolff had another one this weekend going, well, they've set a precedence now. So now, like, everyone knows what the standard is. So now they're going to have to navigate that for the rest of the year.
It's all good and fun while they're so far ahead. Like, this wouldn't be working if they had pressure from a second team.
If Max was up there clacker like last year, this wouldn't be working.
No,
right?
You'd have to make a decision. You couldn't just keep dancing around the way they are. Yeah.
And look, don't get me wrong. Like, all of this hoo-ha that has gone on pretty much has given us something to talk about. And like, the whole world at this point knows what the fuck happened at McLaren and what was going on. The race was such a non-event. It was so just dominated by Max, and the top three finished where they started. Maybe even the top four.
Pirelli bringing the wrong tyre was the issue.
Yeah.
The wrong tyre package.
Yeah. So instead of us having to talk about
nothing,
Pirelli tyres again, which we love to do. We've spent many episodes doing that. We're here once again talking about Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris and their bid in the championship and how McLaren are handling it. And well, maybe the correct word is mishandling it. So, we're thankful that we have the talking points, but it is just painful to watch. I tell you that.
I just don't know why they have to interject themselves. And I've referenced, the closest reference we have is 10 years ago or 9 years ago, 2016. With Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then for their 4 years before that. That is the closest thing we have to reference.
The Hamilton v. Rosberg sort of era. Yep.
Yeah. That's the closest thing we have as far as two drivers competing for one championship and actually being at each other's throats about it.
Yeah.
I watched that year. I enjoyed that year very much. I don't recall any of the things that have been happening with McLaren. Like, you win some, you lose some. That's motorsport.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. Yeah, Lando DNF last week. It's tough, real bad. Yeah, real sad, real sorry.
That sucks, but
they fumble a pit stop this weekend. That's just what happens. Like, okay, if along the same lines, we bitch and moan. I bitch and moan, especially. You're
happiest when you are moaning.
Lando gets the best strat. Oops, he wins the race.
Yeah,
that gets to happen.
Yeah,
that's allowed to happen. That accident is allowed to happen for Lando.
You bring up a good point. Why are they able to manipulate PAPAYA rules to out-strategize Oscar from a win?
Yeah.
But when it happens the other way, all of a sudden the PAPAYA rules don't apply here.
Like, this is the concern
that the PAPAYA rules have changed. They've adjusted. And again, we'll get into some of the details of the radio, but it was very clear, and Oscar, in a very respectful way, made it clear that he wasn't up to date with the current T's and C's of the PAPAYA rules.
The dotted line that he didn't sign on. Yeah.
So, I guess keeping to the question, what's going on with the PAPAYA rules?
I mean, what were the PAPAYA rules like last year? You can race, but you can't crash. Was that essentially it? Like, I don't recall there being
like, they keep banging on about. We have discussions and we talk about scenarios. What would we do in this scenario? What would we do in that scenario? So someone's got a PDF somewhere with all these points to go back and reference. Okay, if this happens, this should happen. But why did this happen? Da-da-da. Now, Oscar clearly doesn't have the updated version of that PDF because it seems like, according to PAPAYA rules, if you suffered a slow pit stop, that was deemed as a racing incident, and it then shouldn't be a readdressing. It should be that's bad luck.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens, move on, and things fall the way they fall. But you know, Oscar made a point of radioing in saying, we discussed this. Pit stops don't count. So how is this any different? You know?
Yeah.
So we can get in some of those details.
I think overall, I don't understand, because it really seems to be, the PAPAYA rules really seem to be benefiting Lando every time.
More, at least more often than not.
It's altering pit strat to the only time they say, "Yep, you're free to race." We've seen this all season long. Is when it is not
when Oscar's behind.
When it's not a real option. When it's not racing is not really going to happen.
Yeah,
it's like, "Yep, you're free to race because we've just put you 5 seconds behind. You're free to race." Okay, like now I've got to make up all this time. You're free to race after you let him through, and you also do have a tire disadvantage. Like that's what it seems to be. The only time we've heard, "Yep, you're free to race," is when there's just no chance of actual on-track racing. Is what it seems to be. Yeah.
So okay,
like fair head-to-head.
Yeah, you're totally right. So I mean, we could go through all the way back to Australia.
Yeah.
You know,
free to race until Oscar catches up to him and it's a bit wet. And they're like, "Oh, maybe just hold off for a couple of laps."
Maybe not.
Yeah.
We should have known right from there. That was an omen, right?
Yeah.
I guess, you know, we're Oscar Piastri fans, and we will be till the day we die. We want to see him win the championship. So obviously we're always going to go in and bat for him. But I think more so than that, we're not necessarily looking at Lando and calling him wrong. We're looking at a situation where, why are racing results being manipulated?
Yeah.
Why is the racing not being done on track? Why are we resorting to this kind of thing? This is not racing. This is supposed to be the pinnacle of motorsport. F1 is supposed to be the proving ground of the best strategists, the best drivers, the best cars.
Best pit crews.
All of that is undone when you have to radio into your team, to your drivers, and say,
switch around.
That was a mistake. Switch it around. You know.
I mean, you wasted a 1.9 second pit stop for Oscar. You've hired professional pit crews, and McLaren are not exempt from mistakes.
No.
You've hired professional pit crews, paid them what they're worth. They've done their job. Congratulations on that 1.9 second stop. But it means jack shit because Lando's team boggled their stop. You now have to just relinquish. Like, why even bring him? Why bring your pit crew then? Just rent a crew who's just happy to be there, be in Italy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the stance that I personally want to be known from. It's not even just from a biased point aside of like, fuck Lando, like, let's go Oscar, even though there is there is definitely a little bit of that. But more so, we want to see genuine racing, and we want to see drivers who earn it, because at the end of the day, the driver that should win the Grand Prix and the driver that should win the championship should be the best driver on track, right?
Yeah.
Not all this other bullshit that keeps hampering race after race.
Why do we have to explain? You shouldn't have to explain a race win.
No.
Last week, Oscar Grand Slam. No explanation. You won the race with pace.
Yeah.
You know, why did Lando win Hungary? There was a whole story there. Why did he win Silverstone? There's a whole story there. Why did he win Australia? It's a bit half-half, he's in the lead, but there's a story there. There's a story for all of how did Lando win this race?
Yeah.
There's always, well, this is what's happened. Let me sit you down and tell you a motherfucking story here.
Yeah.
Whereas it shouldn't be like that. It should just be, they pace, on-track racing. Like, it just seems to be so much manipulation this year, and it just drives me absolutely insane, because I can't understand why they are doing it.
We could go on and on about this, but we'll save it for the categories and the achievements. But real quick, I wanted to bring up two things. I think it was Damon Hill I saw posted a funny little meme or something on X. It popped up in my feed.
Right, probably Damon Hill's people.
Yeah. Well, it was something along the lines of I'm worried that McLaren might try and take my world championship off me now. Basically just sort of honing in on the ridiculousness of all these PAPAYA rules and all these what's fair and what's not fair.
Yeah.
And to, like, what degree does that stop? And how long does that go for? I mean, you know, they readdress the cars because of a slow stop. But then it's like, okay, what's the threshold for a slow stop?
Yeah.
It's like is 3 seconds a slow stop?
Yeah,
if that
making me
happens?
want to bring up my point now, but I have to hold it.
Okay.
Holding it within.
All right, so we'll leave that there. I just wanted to reference the Damon Hill even poking fun at the team.
Well, McLaren have always been my favourite team. Since I started watching the sport, center, going back with all that, and McLaren, Ron Dennis have just been like, McLaren's my team, always been my team.
Which is
Mark
interesting.
Webber racing for Red Bull and Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull.
I was going to say, even when there's not an Aussie in the car.
I can like a driver and be happy when they win, but I'm always wanted to see McLaren come out on top.
See, that's interesting because I'm different. I don't care for teams. I don't care who wins. I don't give a shit if it's Ferrari, it's Red Bull or McLaren. I don't feel any kind of attachment. For me, the interest and the desire to watch is attached to a driver. Yeah, okay. And hopefully that driver is a fellow countryman.
Yeah, for sure. But this current McLaren setup with Zach and Andrea, and I'm not loving it, eh?
It's terrible. It's a terrible way to go racing.
When Daniel went there, I was like, this is awesome. Like, my favourite driver, my favourite team.
Yeah.
Didn't go, all that well.
Turned out to be a nightmare.
Yeah, but it had a lot to do with those two as well.
Yeah.
And then now we're seeing 2 number 1 drivers and one of them being Oscar. And the way they're going head-to-head and seeing what they're doing, it's like, God, that's just not...
I get that
get Toto Wolff, who's just ruthless, and it's like, and Niki Lauda and Toto Wolff running Mercedes, where it's like, the chips fall as they may. Luck
is a part of racing, right?
Exactly right.
So
we can't
have to just make the most of the opportunities you get.
Exactly. We can't undo every bad thing that happens, and we can't manufacture good things to happen for you.
It's a terrible way to go racing.
Yeah. I want them to bring back... I mean, there was a time, team orders were banned over... Imagine that now.
They should bring that back, right? I mean, there is a part of me that does worry that if you have to, kind of clearly pick a 1 and a 2 driver, like the 9 other teams on the grid, then, how much does that hurt Oscar? Like, do they then have clear bias? Norris is the older guy here. He's been with the team longer. Right. So does that kind of effectively remove Oscar out? Well, but, there's those kind of complexities now.
I want the FIA to be like, this could have been a really good season. You guys at McLaren are ruining it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll re-ban team orders.
Yeah.
So what happens on track, happens on track with no manipulation.
Get back to some actual roots racing,
Like, imagine if you're a betting man and you bet Lando's going to come third, and then you see that pit stop, and you're like, this is it?
Yeah.
And then
it's an
the team's just like no.
Modern F1 is just riddled with it right now, isn't it?
Like, this is why you don't bet... And this is why you don't bet on Formula One, because you could bet on NBA, whatever. There is no... That's match fixing, right? Them switching the cars around. Well, yeah,
it's fixing a result. Yeah.
And that's illegal in every other sport.
However you want to address it or label it or whatever. Yeah.
And we've seen it in the past with Toro Rosso's occasionally helping Red Bulls out.
Yeah.
That's a completely different team. But they still fall under the same, we're allowed to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
We just covered Monaco 2018. Ocon constantly letting through the Mercedes drivers to benefit them because he was a Mercedes driver and for another team.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's race fixing.
Well, and then obviously the most famous, Abu Dhabi 2021.
Yeah, with the Minister of Defence. Yeah.
All right. Let's try and save some of the chit-chat for the categories. It's such a... Yeah, we could be here all night talking about this.
I'm starting to warm up, so let's get into it.
Yeah, good. I want to see some emotion from you. Yeah.
You didn't get enough last night?
Sorry,
you didn't get enough last night?
Oh, I was afraid. I was worried. I was like, do I have to drive over and give you a cuddle?
Yeah. No, that's all right. I slept it off.
Now, I guess a big thing with this situation, it does detract from the person who actually won the race. Which is Max Verstappen. Yeah. So on that note, let's get into the categories.
Yep.
So the first achievement is the final boss of Monza. Who are you nominating?
Do.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clear as day.
Yep.
He
Is that your point?
I was just trying to think. I was like, how close did he come to a Grand Slam? But he
didn't get the fastest lap because Lando got that.
But also he had to give up the lead in the start. So
yeah, he wasn't leading.
If he got the fastest lap, he probably didn't lead. Pretty close. But yeah,
he probably didn't lead
like the first 2 or 3. Yeah, the first 2 or 3 laps. But so he's pretty far off.
No, because remember when McLaren refused to pit.
Oh, true. Yeah, okay. So it was way off.
Yeah.
So, I was just thinking in my head in real time. I was like, how close did it get to that? Because that's pretty...
Was that when you fell asleep?
No, I'm thinking right now. I'm just... yeah, okay. No, he came out of nowhere. Got the pole as only Max can do. And then when he has to give up the spot out of the first chicane, I was like, that was nice while it lasted. The McLarens will run away. So it was pretty cool to see him come back. Obviously against Lando is why it was so cool to see him come back and get that move done. And then just drove off into the sunset and just didn't look back. And you had calm over the radio, even at the end of the race when they were under threat from a safety car, undoing it all. Just calm, happy to win the race.
Well, he was so calm. Him and Lambisi were cracking jokes about McLaren,
Well, you said it best because they come over the radio, give him an update. Max gives his 2 cents. And they say, well, it's not our fight, Max. Let's just pay attention to our own race. And you said it. Why did you bring it up to him then?
Yeah.
Like, if that's your point of view, why did you bring it up in the first place?
It was like they baited him. They're like, Max, just FYI, McLaren swap positions.
Yeah.
Max says his piece about it, like has a laugh at them.
Yeah.
And Max, concentrate on the race, please.
Let's just focus on our race.
Put your head down. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't concern yourself about it. Switch off. Got him. We got him.
It did make me laugh because, it doesn't impact him at all. It's not like they're catching and it's like, oh, it's all right, Lando's a bit slower. They've just switched back. Like, he's 20 seconds up the road.
Yeah.
He's probably watching the big screens. It goes, I've seen it. Like, I'm supposed we didn't hear that from him.
Yeah.
He knew it was a slow stop, so he must have seen something.
Yeah. Well, they have all the deltas as well, so, Anyway, I also have Max Verstappen. Shock and awe, I know. Yep.
Crazy.
Now, we did a pre-race episode, and in that pre-race episode, I don't know if you recall, but I said that Max...
tooting your own horn?
Well, that's what I'm best at.
Yeah. Go ahead. Toot away.
Let me toot off. Let me get my toot off. I said Max was getting a win.
Yeah.
And it was mostly just due to car setup, and my Formula One expertise and knowledge, which is second to none.
Outstanding knowledge.
Yep. So I picked it, and so I'm not shocked that Max did it.
You're shocked he did it so convincingly?
Not even that. Look, as soon as he...
So you expected McLaren to have relatively no pace?
Yeah, because I figured that they were always going to run a lot more downforce.
Well, the car's more draggy as it is. I think it's
a strange track. Like we obviously ran Monza for the preview, and you think Monza's a pretty straightforward, boring track, and maybe as a viewer, it probably is one of the more dull races. But when you actually drive it or you play it on a video game, then you actually understand the intricacies of the track itself. There's straights, but those straights, guess what's at the end of those straights? You pretty much have to come to a full complete stop down to first gear and navigate these giant ships, often 3 abreast through these tight little chicanes.
Ships is right.
It almost makes no sense as a racetrack, but there is quite a high level of technicality through basically the 3 chicanes, trying to navigate that and not lose too much speed.
Yeah, the 2 Lesmos in the back chicane.
Yeah, and then you obviously got the Parabolica.
Yeah.
I just love saying Parabolica.
It's a great word. Great name, great word.
That's a right-hander that just seems to go forever, and you got to stay on it. And I don't know if you remember Charles Leclerc famously getting a little too wide, losing it, going straight into the wall when he was on for it might have been his first win. And just being planted in the wall, and for some reason goes on the radio and just goes, no! So
I'll believe you. That sounds like something Charles would do.
Yeah, so very tricky. There is a lot of straights, but it seems to be very difficult to navigate. And how many people were going through gravel? So Max, being the technician that he is, was just absolutely pinpoint perfect in his qualifying to pip the McLarens quite convincingly. Wow. Did you like that? How the way it rolled off? Yeah. This is why I'm a podcaster, professional podcaster. And then, goes on and just basically maintains the race. And
he basically dominated.
It's been the story of the whole year. You qualify well, you're probably going to get a race win.
You mentioned gravel. I love what they did with the gravel this year at Monza. There was gravel everywhere. Gravel everywhere. Gravel track limits. Yeah. This is what we've been harping on about since the dawn of Box Banter. Gravel track limits. Both Lesmos.
You don't want to see that French track come back?
No.
Paul Ricard?
They're going to have to get all of the sand they can find to fill up that to make it a good track.
Yeah.
That was gravel everywhere. I mean, I even noticed they used to have the big sausage curb if you went wide at turn one.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the sausage curb and just put a strip of gravel. Don't really understand why. That really does seem a bit silly because you're putting gravel on the track for like no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just couldn't afford to just put the asphalt instead of the... I don't really understand why they did that, but cool.
Unless it was because... I don't know when they did that. Is that new this year? Do you know?
I think this year... new this year is Ascari, instead of runoff, it's all gravel. Lesmos, it's gravel straight on the edge of the curb.
About the sausage.
And then the removal of the sausage curb. All the additional gravel is...
The only thing I could think of is, remember Verstappen's famous move on Hamilton?
Yeah.
And he kind of hit that sausage and the way it sort of just...
Yeah, and he bounced.
Kicked him up.
Yeah, so I don't know if that sausage might have still been there. Because it's the sausage if you completely don't make the corner and you just cut turn two.
So it's more at the...
Yeah,
where the straight finishes.
So they had, I don't know if they saw the sausage now on the inside of turn two, as if you make the corner.
Yeah.
I think it might still be there. But then if you went wide at turn one, but you're still trying to commit to the corner, so instead of going straight and taking that silly tight,
or just do what Vettel does and just go straight through them. Yeah.
If you just cut turn two, they had the sausage curb there.
Yeah,
but now they've gotten rid of it, and exactly where it laid is now just a little sandpit.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand that one particularly because you're just putting gravel on the track for no resolve. It doesn't slow the car down. You're already off track anyway completely. But the more gravel, the better, in my opinion.
So, new qualifying lap record set by Max Verstappen, 1 minute 18.796. It was his 45th career pole and his 60-odd victory.
66, yeah.
66,
That's noted.
I was going to say
speed
65,
run.
and I was like, that actually sounds wrong. 66, yep. 20-second lead over McLaren, which was probably due to them just holding out for a late safety car. So it was probably
the
half
pit
of
stop
that.
was 4 seconds.
Well,
and it cost both drivers.
Well, yeah, it ended up costing both, yep. And, Charles McLaren all while doing that. So
very good.
Definitely is the final boss of Monza.
I love that he's got 21 more race wins and poles. I think that's a flex.
It's the complete counter opposite of Charles Leclerc, right?
Yeah. Like, that's so good. Like, to win so many races, 21 at least, not from pole. And he wouldn't have converted every pole. So he's won a fair few races, not from pole, which I think is just pretty mighty.
Oscar's our guy, and I'll never speak ill of him, but Max he's looking like one of the all-time GOATs.
Yeah, he's
I can't hate the dude. There was a time I hated the dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't stand him, and he was such a brat, and obviously the whole Dan Ricciardo thing.
Yeah.
But now that he's matured up,
he seems to appreciate his wins now. Like he's had 3 only this year, and when he gets out, it's like you have to fight for it, and he's almost getting to that point where it's like you don't know, he's going to have a lot more to come, but you don't know when that last one is. Now that he doesn't have a car that's going to deliver you 18 wins a year, you got to enjoy him when they do come.
Well, so they say. I mean, when drivers say the balance was off, what does that mean?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Well, it might be understeering more so than oversteering or the other way around. But you'll normally have a tendency to do one or the other. You want a neutral car?
Yeah. So balance is what? Essentially down to understeer, oversteer.
Effectively, yeah.
Can that push into downforce? Or is that basically the equivalent?
It could be downforce related. Again, if you have way too much front aero, not enough rear aero, you'd be prone to oversteering and vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's aero, it's your suspension package, your stiffness, your ride height,
so it's like
everything. So it's
combination. Like a word that just basically
just means you're not
captures
happy.
The whole car. Yeah. So I don't know how many times on this podcast we've said, that the Red Bull's a tractor, the Red Bull's a piece of shit.
I refuse to.
But then he keeps, he's got 5 poles. That's the same as Piastri.
Yeah,
his car's not supposed to be anywhere near as good as the McLaren.
That's nuts.
He's snagged another win, and there's no reason why he probably couldn't snag another one or 2.
Lando got 5 this year, maybe 4 or 5. He's not that he's out of the championship, but as far as overall
not that far
stats,
down. Yeah, so if that car really is as terrible as everyone is saying it is, if they just fine tune a few things, it's like who can stop him?
Yeah,
honestly, who's going to stop that dude?
Yeah, you're right.
It's scary.
All they need to do is nail this next reg set, and he's back.
Yeah,
he's only 25 wins behind Michael Schumacher now for second all time.
Which, provided he has the car, he can do that he hits 30.
That's the thing. He can easily race. Maybe JB 50. He can race for another 10 years.
Yeah.
You know,
so he could definitely surpass that. And then
he's averaging probably 8 wins a year.
Oh yeah, I mean maybe not this year, but yeah,
no, but like
on average, yeah. Okay, want to move off final boss?
Yep.
Biggest noob of Monza. Who you got?
So I put Liam Lawson in this category.
Yeah,
because I love to poo-poo on him.
Yeah.
Just another shit race. No points when his teammate was up in there, but that battle with Yuki just makes me happy.
Down for 18th.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
but all year it's been he doesn't have racecraft. That's the thing I like to talk about him, because you got 20 drivers that are meant to be the best in the world.
Yep.
Some are slower than others, but generally they're not stupid. They're not poor in racecraft. Most of them. Your Strolls might be, and your Colapintos.
Yeah, I was just going to say I could drop a few
Stroll
names
doesn't
here.
count. Yeah. Stroll doesn't count.
Yeah.
Colapinto is not even like we've seen in the past. He does have something about him, and he's also I just think that Lawson has proved time and time again this year, his downfall is he doesn't have good racecraft. He's not quick, and he doesn't have good racecraft. Last week we saw he basically admitted to having an accident.
Yeah.
Maybe it was not deemed his fault.
Sort of admitted it and then sort of backtracked.
Essentially admitted to it.
Yeah.
And then this race he gets into another accident, just forced the point, and then like his team, I know they didn't look into it because his team told him to redress, but just another example of poor racecraft, poor execution on top of being slow. Like he's just mounting issues on top of itself.
Okay, so I agree with you. I've got someone else for noob. I was actually thinking today that this rookie class is probably the best rookie class I've ever watched.
Oh, for
and
sure.
then
It's the biggest for sure as well.
And then I guess when you break down the 6 rookies, or 7 if you kind of have Jack doing there, you'd have to say Franco Colapinto's dead last, but Lawson's not far from him.
No.
And it is.
And they both have that.
He's a messy driver. He's always getting him involved in incidents or incidents.
Yeah.
And then I guess when you look at what Hadjar, Antonelli, Bortoleto, and
we'll get to him.
What's the other one? The other
Bearman. Do we say Bearman? Yeah.
The other non-rookie.
Yeah. They've all had sort of flashes and some more than others.
Yeah.
But they've shown. But even Bearman, I can't think of poor racecraft particularly. Like I don't think you can really nail him down.
A rough start to Australia, and then ever since then it's kind of just been.
That's the thing. Like he might have the quickest car, and he may not be the quickest driver, but he can race. You know. Liam Lawson's outlying negative factor is the boy cannot race other cars on track without banging into them.
Yeah.
And these cars,
they're fragile.
Your fault or not, you can't bang.
No.
You can't bang these cars.
They're not made for that. Yeah. No. Okay, my noob, I've given this to McLaren. So gives us another opportunity to talk about the team and everything that's transpired. Now, I think the reasons are pretty obvious. I don't have to break down why I think McLaren are a bunch of noobs.
Yeah.
But what I've done is just broken down the facts.
Okay.
Right? So what exactly transpired and how did it transpire? Now, the reason I've done this is because I don't believe that McLaren are innocent here in what they've done. I think that they created a terrible situation. It all blew up in their face. And then now they're trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
You know? It's almost like McLaren are dating 2 chicks, right? And they're trying to juggle both of them until it blows up in their face.
Yeah.
And they're just like adding lie on top of lie and cover on top of cover. And, and then we see it all, right? We hear all the radio messages.
The FIA or not so much the FIA, but the media.
Sky Sports.
Assisting McLaren in their lies. They're like the third wheel.
Yeah.
They're the juggalos trying to help out.
Yeah. So the pimps.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily say the B word, but there is a lot of evidence that points towards they're just aiding and assisting Lando as much as possible to keep him.
That's the B word's bias.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you're sharp. Look at you.
Wow.
Only took you 10 seconds.
Yeah. I was like, you called him a bitch plenty of times.
You're going through your list of all your B words, bitch, bums, booties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much rounded it out.
Okay, so this is the way that the events transpired. So, chime in if you want to add anything or if you can think of something else. But just, to me, this is how things seem to unfold.
Yeah.
So McLaren radio Lando and give him the option on stopping. So they give him the choice. Do you want to stop now? No, sorry.
They tell him to stop.
They tell him
say
to
you're
stop,
in this
don't
lap.
they? Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell him to pit, and he says no.
Yeah.
He says...
He asked to pit the other car.
Pit the other car first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why he did that was because he was still hoping on holding out for a late safety car.
All right.
So right there, they're splitting strategy, right? Now, you've sort of banged on about PAPAYA rules should extend to same strategies. And, I know you can't pit both cars at the same time, but they're giving...
The strategy, the PAPAYA rules, it should be the first car gets the choice of strat.
Correct.
Whether it's pit first or second, they get the choice. Yeah.
Anyone who's watched Formula 1 for 5 minutes knows you pit the first car first. You don't pit the second car.
Yeah.
McLaren have made this mistake a couple of times now, right?
And the last time they did it, like the reason I did it last year was to protect Norris from an undercut because Oscar had done such a good job getting so far ahead, he was safe.
Yeah.
Just want to premise that.
I'm glad you added. Yeah, very insightful of you. No mention of pitting to cover a supposed undercut threat from Charles.
No mention.
They just gave him the option.
To anyone.
They didn't give him the options. They said, you're pitting. He said no. He said, pit Oscar first unless he's going to undercut me.
No, they said, pit, what are we doing with the other car? And they said, no worries, stay out. We'll pit Oscar first.
Yeah.
And then he came back with, whoa, I don't want you to pit him if he's going to undercut me. And they said, you'll be fine. You're not going to be undercut.
Because no one had been undercut.
No. There was a 3-second gap between them.
Yeah. So that's your first kind of...
Yeah. That's where we're up to now. That was just, to get them in.
Number 2. Lando tells them to pit Oscar first in hopes of a late safety car. So we already covered that. Number 3. Oscar was faster than Lando at the end of that stint.
He was 3 seconds out of him.
Caught up, made up 3 seconds, caught up to him. So right there, why didn't Lando pit?
Yeah.
You're struggling now. Oscar's catching up. He's looking more confident on the tyres. And you've told the team to pit him first? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay? So the next step is that combined with a clean stop, 1.9 for Piastri. Beautiful stop. And a ripping out lap, that put pressure on Lando straight away. So even without the pit stop bungle, there was already a chance that, all right, they're going to be fighting here. Like, he's not 6 seconds
he'll come
behind
out
now.
About 1.5 to 2 seconds ahead on cold tyres. That's what I said to you live.
Well, that's the other thing, right? He's now got the advantage of warm tyres.
Yeah.
So he's coming out on cold tyres. Oscar's already got nice warmed up boots.
Yeah.
So it's on.
Yeah.
Right?
And it should have been on.
Now, Lando's stop is fumbled, and he loses the lead to Oscar. So even before he's exited out of the pits, Oscar's now past him. That's when the radio chimes in, and they tell Oscar he's free to race Lando. Yeah. So he's going to come out of the pit exit. They've told him at that stage, we've pit you now to cover off Charles, which wasn't the case. They radioed Lando and asked him, what do you want to do? They were pitting Lando first.
They said, we are pitting you this
They
lap.
didn't go, hey, Lando, we're just FYI, we're pitting Piastri, just so you know.
Yep.
Okay, that's all good. Don't stress.
Yep.
We'll pit you after. It's just to cover off Charles. No. So that's a lie. So they say, hey, Oscar, we've just pit you first to cover off from Charles any threat from behind.
Yeah.
Right? You're free to race Lando. Yeah. Problem is, he was already ahead of Lando. Like, he was already around the first corner, and Lando was coming out on his cold boots. Yep. So, the next step is they then radio Oscar and mention, they throw Hungary back in his face.
Yep. And
say, we want to readdress the positions.
Yep. This is similar to Hungary.
Yep. So again, we know from the start, this isn't similar to Hungary. There was no conversation or mention of this supposed threat of the undercut that had been non-existent or race. Now, Oscar disagrees with the call. So as I mentioned earlier, he says that they made it clear that slow stops were a part of racing, but he ultimately complies. So he puts it back at the team. If you're sure, then I'll do it.
Yep.
But he makes a note that slow pit stops, doesn't matter about any of the other stuff. Doesn't matter that he caught up some time.
Yep.
Doesn't matter that he had a ripping out lap. slow stops should not affect the race results.
Yep, for sure.
But he complies.
Mm-hmm.
Little part of me died inside when he did
I was very angry.
I was like, oh, Oscar, get your Max out. Like,
Yeah.
for fuck, just for context, right?
Yeah.
Max once got allowed through from Sergio. He'd already won the championship. And they asked Max to let Sergio pass to let him have a Grand Prix win. And Max said, no, fuck off.
Case closed. What are you going to do about
Case closed. I'm sorry. He shouldn't have let me pass.
Yeah.
Anyway, now, McLaren played it off like it was the plan all along and looked like absolute clowns for manufacturing a result in a deceiving manner. So they basically tried to play it off. It was a plan all along when it clearly wasn't. You don't radio Norris and go, hey, Norris, come in for your pit.
Yeah.
And him go, no, pit the other car first.
Yeah.
And then you later decide to go, hey, no, that was the plan all along, was to cover the Charles thing. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Now, Brundle and Sky Sports, they all cover for McLaren.
Oh, of course.
All of them are saying that it was only fair.
They
They swap positions. They all straight away get onto the defense of this. It should, that should never have happened in the first place. They did the right thing, which is just bullshit. So they start to thread this narrative that Oscar was happy to do it. He was happy to do it. He understood, oh, yeah, that was bad luck on Lando's part.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly didn't have any of the context of all the other radio chatter that had already occurred and this manufactured undercutting threat. Now, after that, Max calls out McLaren's bullshit. So I think that's even a clear indication that even Max was sort of perplexed at you punished.
It's pretty much
Piastri
like, what are you clowns doing over there? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then Sky Sports continued to push this fake narrative that McLaren purposely did it, that they purposely pit Piastri first to cover Charles, which, again, we already heard all the radio. That wasn't the first radio. But they constantly kept bringing this up. They specifically did this for this reason. And so did Andrea Stella after, because of course he is. And then Norris is booed on the podium because people want to see real, genuine racing. They don't want to see manufactured results. Did make me a little happy.
Couple of things. Straight away, it does make me think back to Silverstone and just go, why didn't they reverse the positions then? The team was saying, yep, we disagree with this. This shouldn't be a penalty.
Yeah.
You just have it within your hands to not lose any positions, but to undo what you are literally fighting the FIA for.
Yeah.
You have the power to undo it yourselves.
Yeah.
They refused.
Very good point.
Something that was out of their hands. Like, it's very
They
silly.
agreed with him that it was unfair.
Yeah. But then they wouldn't switch it back.
They didn't readdress
even though they had the power to do so.
Yeah.
So my theory with this, I think it's a conspiracy. I think they knew what they were doing. I think they gave it to Lando. Lando does not make good decisions under pressure.
No.
He allowed the relatively safe chance of an undercut to happen. I reckon they got to a 1.9 second stop. That's half a second quicker than probably the average. Half a second. That's huge when the 3 second gap.
Yeah.
Like you said, bangs out a great out lap.
Yeah.
I reckon they knew coming around that lap, they were like, oh boy, we're in for a bit of an ugly situation here. They're going to come out. He might just undercut him. So to avoid the chance of a very close situation and having to then make that decision and it being clear as day, I reckon they went, front left tyre, man, you're going to stuff this up. And especially when you watch, and it doesn't make sense, the dude's, again, a paid professional. They just did a 1.9 second stop. And the guy doesn't know his gun didn't do up the nut.
Don't they have a green light indicator?
That's what I mean. So he does it, and then he's just waiting. And you just think in this situation, you're looking at the car not moving. You think you'd be like, oh, is it me? Is it me? Is everything all right?
Yeah.
No. It takes someone to be like, hey, pal, you got to fucking do that nut up.
Yeah.
For them to be like, oh, yep, okay, yep, done. I reckon what they did is go, we need to make this so clear as day, a situation that covers under PAPAYA rules, to then we can do this without it looking so close that we are manipulating result unfairly.
So if that is the case, and that is, and we'll probably never know, of course. If that's the case, right, that sounds like you're saying the B word.
Well, I think it's a case of... No, I reckon they didn't want to deal with Oscar doing a genuine undercut. When they said there's no threat of an undercut, I don't think they meant we will reverse the positions if it happens. I think they meant he's 3 seconds behind. He will not undercut you. It's not possible. I think Oscar then went, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Thank you for the nice pit stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to make amends. I'm going to do my bit as a race car driver. All I can do to undo this, I think they saw in the telemetry, holy shit, he may actually do this. And they were like, we don't want to have to deal with this.
Yeah.
This is going to get ugly. It's going to prove us stupid.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to reverse the positions to appease Lando, even though Lando made the decision to pit second. They made it blow out. That way they can go, it's the McLaren issue, not a Lando issue, not an Oscar issue. It's a McLaren issue under PAPAYA rules. We feel like we should reverse this.
Yeah.
That's what I think they did.
Yeah.
I reckon Oscar did such a good job that he put the team in the position to cover.
Interesting. I can
look at the stop.
I can be sold on it.
We've seen wheels that just they can't get them off.
Yeah.
We've seen guns that just won't tighten.
Yeah.
It was a oh yeah, that's me. Sorry, and then do it up.
Very, very bizarre.
It's very much like we need this stop to blow out dramatically, so we can undo this under PAPAYA rules.
Another thing I think is quite telling is they really pressed on Andrea about the specifics of the PAPAYA rules and whether the slow pit stops is that one of the PAPAYA rules.
Yeah.
And he dodged the question both times. Both times he didn't want to clearly publicly say that yes, we agreed that slow stops were a part of PAPAYA rules or not.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a telling insight into...
This is where I just wish another car was involved. If someone was close enough where the slow stop cost them a position to a non-McLaren car, there's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, they have... Like, that was the monopoly for second and third, but they have the monopoly over the field that they can just, we'll just switch it around today. Like, whatever. Yeah. They have that freedom.
Okay, so do we agree then that McLaren is in fact the biggest noob of Monza?
The weekend. Absolutely.
All right. Let's move on. Who got the biggest buff this round?
So I've given this to Gabriel Bortoleto.
Ooh, I like it.
On the continuance that he's on the march up to that Rookie of the Year, and this was just another great race.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Kimi didn't finish in the points. I'm pretty sure he got another penalty.
He did.
And I'm pretty sure I punted him to 11th. 10th or 11th.
He might have dropped out of the points.
Well, he might have got a point. Either way, Gabe finished ahead of him again in a Sauber. Just another awesome race for Gabe.
No, he finished 9th, so he got 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's looking more and more likely between him and Hajar as the best rookies out there right now. So,
but it's another great performance. It's also just very impressive.
Big Call of Duty guy.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
It's very strange hearing Crafty talk about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I picture he's that dad who's like, what's cool of what?
Crafty was on the broadcast going, I heard Bortoleto was 360 no-scoping on the weekend.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, I like it. I did think about putting Bortoleto, but I was like, it's an 8th, so,
8th and 7th. Who you got?
I gave this to Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, wait. We don't really have a heap of time to go through it, but you're giving him a 6 at a Ferrari as buff?
But don't forget, he got a kind of bullshit 5th-place grid penalty he had to overcome.
Okay.
So,
like we said it in the race, he had 2 good passes, but they were on an Aston Martin and a Sauber.
Yeah. Well, he fought his way back to 6.
Right.
6?
I think it was 6.
Yeah, 6, yep. Now, that was his first points in 3 rounds. So it is a bounce back. He had three rotten rounds, and he's come back and he's scored some points. He fought back after his 5th-place grid penalty, which was definitely a bit... He does deserve it, but then he was unlucky that it carried on to Monza and affected this race.
Yeah.
Without that, would he potentially have fought for a podium? Like, I know that Charles couldn't get a podium, but...
Yeah, maybe.
It might have brought in the Ferraris into a bit more of a strategic play. And no radio shenanigans. Everything was actually quite positive this weekend.
Yeah, he was positive. Great stop, guys. Yeah. He sounded like he was running a marathon too.
Yeah.
For a track with a lot of straights, not a lot of movement for your hands and body.
Yeah.
He was puffed. He's an old fella. He's showing his age.
So that's why I gave him buffed.
Okay.
Now,
well, like I said, I disagree. I think it's Gabe. You call it a bounce back.
Yeah.
And it is, but a 6 in a Ferrari, an 8th in a Sauber.
Yeah.
Like you kind of snuffed at it's an 8th. It's a 6th in a Ferrari at Monza.
Yeah.
I just don't think anyone would be happy with Lewis Hamilton coming 6th at Monza.
I'm happy to give it to Gabby because I'm liking this kid more and more. So
yeah,
let's award him the buffed achievement. Yeah. Who got nerfed? Now I'll give you my nominee first.
Okay.
This was a tough one. Mm-hmm. This was probably the one I struggled with the most.
Right.
I ended up settling with Isaac Hajar.
Right. Okay.
So the reason, I guess, why is because obviously he just had an epic weekend last weekend, got a podium. So the highest of highs in F1 for his career so far. And then just basically plummeted.
Yeah.
So came to Monza and everything just went wrong from the get-go. Couldn't come to get to grips with the track, was constantly going off, was cutting the re-entry.
It's like he was on his Game Boy while he was in the driver's meeting and not paying any attention because he just kept getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Ignoring the steward's race direction.
Yeah. So very strange. And then ended up taking a new engine because everything was just all doo-doo. So started from pit lane.
Yeah.
And still fought back to a P10.
Yeah.
So the nerfed category, you know, everything just seemed to just go against him after such a great performance last week. But I still commend him for coming back. Now, probably most of all, there was rumors floating around that Racing Bulls had a big party for their podium celebration.
And didn't invite the drivers.
So maybe that threw him off. Odd. Maybe he was like, guys, what the fuck?
Odd. I'd be pretty angry. I'd be like, who was up on that podium?
Yeah.
Who did it's a team sport, but who actually drove the car to that position?
Did my invitation get lost?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if you don't invite Lawson. That's fine.
Literally.
Yeah. No, like,
literally.
There probably was a group text like, no one tell Liam.
That's probably what they did.
But they forgot to tell Isaac.
I really don't want Liam, but how can we make him not feel excluded?
Yeah.
Fuck it. They both don't get to go. This is mechanic by invitation only.
Either that, or Muddy's running really tight at Racing Balls, and they're like, we got to cut down the numbers.
We heard that Kiwi, he's a heavy drinker.
Yeah. Who do you have then?
So I give it to Oscar.
Okay.
I think by definition...
Probably an easy one.
But by definition, I think McLaren nerfed that boy.
All right. Well, there's one good reason why I didn't. Because up until that point of the pit stops, I was very content in him being third.
Yeah.
Very content.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, in my mind, I'm like, great that Max is winning, and it's only a 3-point swing. This was a successful weekend. Then all the hoopla happened.
Okay, but even without the hoopla, as you say, if this was fair game, you said it, he cut 3 seconds out of his lead before that pit stop.
Yeah.
One of two things. Give him the undercut. Just give it to him. Or don't.
Yeah.
Just pit Lando first.
Which is what they were originally going to do, right?
Do a normal thing. Don't have all the games.
Yeah.
And let's just see what happens. Like,
so what are you saying? He got nerfed from a second place then?
Yeah.
Or just
literally nerfed by what actually happened.
Or again, just
burnt
by the team.
By the potential of just run a normal race. If that was not Lando in front of him, with the rate he's catching up, they pit him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it. Lando gets the pick of the cake with the stops.
Yeah.
Pit him. Let him make a different decision. They nullified the strategy by screwing it up and then making them return to status quo after it.
All right. Well, sorry, Isaac. I do love it. I do love you.
He probably doesn't mind not picking up the nerf.
I probably do have to go with Oscar. I mean, it is a bullshit call at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Sweaty try hard. Who are you nominating for this achievement?
Fernando Alonso.
Wow, in the sweaty try hard.
Yep. For his awesome shenanigans entering the pit lane. For that moment alone.
So you can say shenanigans, but I can't say hoopla?
I'll allow it. It's fine. It's a great word. You can use it as many times as you want. Teaser or not.
All right. Well, give me the hoopla.
Well, you saw it. He made up a massive amount of time into the lane as a old head of the sport.
Yeah.
Would only know how to.
Yep.
And then the team give him a good stop and he makes the move in the lane. Like we saw, that was a DRS train. There was no movement. And it was held up by Bortoleto.
Yeah.
And he was the head of that DRS train.
Because he's Bortoleto's manager too, so he was showing the kid some tricks.
Yeah. And it was a trick. Like he locked up all sorts to get in there, gained all that
janked it to the right a bit too.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Gained all that meterage on him, team did the job, and he gets the spot. It proved he couldn't get the move done on track. It's rare to get moves done in the lane. You need a real bungled stop. He did the work into the lane to allow that to happen.
That is a sweaty try-hard move that only an experienced racer knows and
he
thinks of.
He wasn't like, I'm just going to cruise into the lane and preserve these tires I'm never going to see again.
Yeah.
He was like, nope. I'm sending this last minute, lock it up, just enough to not crash into the car ahead is what you need.
Even when he came out of the pits, I thought he was actually quite close to Bortoleto, but he actually cleared him quite comfortably, didn't he?
Yeah. So
I almost don't want to give you mine now. That is good. That is a good sweaty try-hard achievement. That might be the best of the year.
Yeah.
Because that's like a genuine racer move that won him a position.
Yeah.
That like he really didn't have any rights to getting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
well, give him just what do you got?
Mine?
What do you got? Then we can move on.
You're going to get upset.
Oh, okay.
Why are you reacting like that?
Well, it's going to be Liam, or it's going to be Lando, or it's going to be something stupid.
See, I thought you knew me better. Alex Albon.
Oh, right, of course.
Williams. So the reason why I gave it to him, P7 in a Williams, you want to bang on about P8 in a fucking Sauber, that's great, but let's not forget the other piece of shit team for the last 10 years.
Oh my god, who's got 80 points? He's got the most amount of points this year than Williams has scored in the last 6 years total.
Yeah, I know, it's fantastic
because of the year he's having, not the one-off race at Monza.
So. Moved up to P7 in the championship as well.
Yeah, awesome.
And
awesome.
And Williams, best of the rest in P5. I think it's just him extending what his season is.
Yeah.
It's not like you win.
Yeah.
That is a great move. And I don't even love glazing Alonso.
And he didn't even finish the race. That's the best part.
Yeah. Maybe
it was all in vain.
Maybe he put the Aston Martin under too much pressure, and then that's why the suspension buckled.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they're like, well, Finette, we don't build our cars to handle that kind of breakage. What are you doing?
Yeah. We're on the last of the spares for the chassis.
Yeah. But anyway, I still think round of applause for Alex because he's
on a roll.
He's not really being spoken about. Really, he's sort of flying under the radar, but he's getting the job done. And I mean, if Williams do go ahead and secure P5, which is off all of basically his hard work, that is mega for Williams. So. Yeah, let's hope they keep going on with this trend.
Yeah.
Your trash, bro.
Here you go.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Actually, no, I am going first. We discussed this, didn't we? Yeah. So your trash, bro, for this week comes down to two drivers. Carlos Sainz Jr. and Oliver Bearman. So this is related specifically to their incident in one of the Lesbos.
It was the second chicane, but yeah.
Yeah, the second Lesbo.
That's not what it is.
Was it? Well, hang on. Was it beforehand?
It was the second chicane, yeah. Because the Lesbos are the double right-handers to get onto the back.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. What's that called? Is that the Ascari?
No, Ascari's the last chicane. I don't know what that second chicane is.
Maybe that doesn't have a name.
Just check the preview if you care.
Yeah. we already covered this. Yeah. Clearly, we were paying attention. Now, who's at fault? Who's at fault, and who deserves to be trashed for it? In your opinion, the fucking FIA's
no, I agree
opinion.
with the FIA. Absolutely.
Ollie's in the wrong?
Yeah. I think that if you take a still shot image as the contact happened, who's at fault?
Well, I don't have that image in my mind.
Okay. Well,
I got plenty of other mental images saved in my spank bank, but that's not one of them.
Ollie hits Sainz. I can't remember the exact point in the car, but it's rear side pod, rear wheel, right at the back of the car.
So behind the mirrors.
Yeah. So you can claim...
Is it mirrors or front axle?
It's front axle. Front axle to front axle.
Okay.
Yep. Whoever's front axle is in front owns corner.
Yeah.
So that's the FIA's rules.
Yeah.
So, and I do agree. Like, I think if you're going to go on the outside, I think it should be, if you're going around the outside, you're making the risk. If the inside car wants to take the racing line, which runs to the edge of the track, and you go off,
squeeze you off.
I feel like that should be your fault.
Yeah.
Because you chose to go on the outside, and it's up to the inside car what he wants to do about it.
Yeah.
But I do also think in that corner particularly, because it's a chicane...
Which is what Norris did to Verstappen on the first corner of the race.
Sure. I don't know.
Well, he was on the inside, and then he squeezed him off the track, essentially.
Yeah. And again, I feel like that should be, yep, Max, you chose to put your car in that position.
Yeah.
I don't know where axle to axle was and that sort of stuff. But for the Sainz crash particularly, that chicane, you're not driving to the extremities of the track because you are staying mid-track to then go around. Mm-hmm. Sainz was absolutely more than half a car width ahead of him around the outside. And that's the same move Oscar did last year.
Yeah.
On Piastri.
On Norris, yep.
Yes. Oscar did not pass Piastri.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so you look at like the still shot, and effectively what's happening is Ollie is clipping Sainz at the rear wheel and spinning him around.
Yeah.
So if it was the opposite, if it was Ollie's taking a dive bomb, clear as day, it's his fault.
Mm.
At some point, as Sainz has to turn into the corner, he's got more than half a car ahead of Ollie. You just got to apply that little bit more brake pressure to ensure you can be in control of your car and hold it tight. He allowed himself to drift into him and take him out.
So why wasn't Liam penalised last week?
Because Sainz never got his front axle in front of...
Before the apex.
Yeah, or at any point. So he was just... And what's his name said it best? The James Vowes. Sainz knew he wasn't going to go around the outside there. He was just waiting to then tuck back in behind Liam. That's all he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But then Liam
just got tagged.
Just pushed him.
Yeah.
Like, he was never going to get all the way around the outside. He never would have tried it because Liam does have the opportunity, as they get around the corner, to take the racing line and push him into the grass. Except mid-corner, he just fed him out into the marbles and just hit him. So that's where the racing rules as they're written come into it.
Yeah.
It's all about your front axle at whatever point in the corner.
It's just so hard to track, isn't it? Like,
it is hard to track. Yeah, I think it should be. Like I said, if you're going the outside, okay. Like, that should have been a racing incident at the last track in Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Signs, you want to be there? That's choice. Your risk. Your choice.
Yeah.
The car on the inside is in control. It's his corner. If he wants to be a jerk and push you off, you put yourself in that position, is how I feel like it should be.
Outside overtakes really aren't working well for Carlos lately, are they? He's just got to stop trying it.
Yeah. Inside safer.
It feels like a symptom of just no one really understands the rules anymore. It's just too complicated.
They overcomplicate the racing rules. It should be put physical track limits in.
Yeah.
Don't crash.
And then let them...
Don't crash.
Yeah, let them sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Just real quick on that too. Just wanted to reference Charles Leclerc's pass on George last week. And all 4 of his tyres were over the white line.
Yep.
And they didn't penalise him. So
big baller move. We discussed this. Big baller move. They go through to the keeper.
Hey, box banner approved.
Yeah.
We want to see more of that.
Yeah.
But no penalty for him. So then it's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Did you forget to check that one? Did you lose the video footage?
Maybe it's a case of they said we're going to investigate this post race.
Yeah.
And then he didn't finish the race. So I know Lewis's penalty carried over. That's because it's a safety issue.
Yeah.
Passing into yellows or whatever. I'm not slowing down. Maybe in race skirmishes stay in race.
You're smart. This is why you're on the podcast.
You're the
maybe
color,
there is something
you're the color commentator. I'm the pro.
You calling me black?
Well, look out.
Which we didn't have to make this about race. Like, geez.
We're not. It's the shirts. That's the only thing I can assume. If they're like, we announced we're going to look at this post race. Okay, he didn't even end up placing. So forget about it. I don't know. It is a bit weird based on their rules. I like that they kept it. I think they should promote moves like that.
Yeah.
But
100%.
But they don't. So.
But it's just muddying what is regarded
why they
as...
let it happen is beyond explanation.
All right. Oliver Bearman earns the Your Trash Bro achievement this week.
Yeah. The FIA got one right.
Yeah. 1 of 10.
Yeah.
Hard luck achievement.
So Nico Hülkenberg, clean and clear. I don't feel like there's an explanation for that one.
Well, I had him in AFK because he was AFK. Yeah, DNS due to a hydraulic failure. So I guess that's kind of,
It's a bit of both.
Here and all there. So who do you have in AFK then?
Lance Stroll.
Okay. So I put... Alonso and hard luck. I was wondering if we were gonna...
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not gonna. I've already used my Alonso.
So another DNF for the season. Having a bit of a rough one.
And again, out of his control. They say that's a rough curve, maybe so, but they should absolutely be able to take that.
Well, he still has these flashes of brilliance, and then it just doesn't mean anything. Then he's DNFing or getting taken out or making a silly error or something. It's just, he's having an up and down season.
Hey, I don't hear Fernando Alonso's name out of your mouth often, so I'm happy to strike the hard luck into Fernando's column.
Yeah, I mean, a bit wild to see the suspension just bust up like that. Like, I don't even understand. Like,
you must have broken a mount or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't have any contact or anything.
No, just didn't like that curb. It's just
but it didn't even look overly violent or overly different. So.
A component at the end of its life.
Well, there you go. I wouldn't buy Aston Martins. They just, they can't even handle the softest of curbs and they blow their suspension. So,
not a good look for Aston.
No. All right. So Alonso gets our hard luck achievement for the week. AFK, I had Hülkenberg, but you had Stroll. Yeah.
I had Stroll again just because...
Sell me on Stroll, because I love shitting on Stroll. I mean, everyone does.
This is the thing about the AFK category. I don't really have much for you.
Okay.
I went through the list of drivers and I was like...
There's really only one, Hulkenberg.
No, I mean like the whole list, 1 to 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, who did I hear from? And I'm like, I don't remember seeing Stroll on the coverage. I don't remember him doing anything. I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah.
So I know, I'm happy to take yours because he wasn't even there. And it was very strange. He did the reconnaissance laps. He did the sitting on the grid for half an hour. And then they immediately retire the car. Very strange set of circumstances.
Well, he was perplexed too. He was like, what? Really? Yeah. Unlucky because he's 10th in the championship and he's having a pretty solid season as well.
Yeah,
and, obviously that one podium helped. But yeah, he could have done with a solid day, much akin to Bortoleto. Yeah. And to not even get to start the race, that sucks. Having to sit that one out.
Imagine having to go all the way to Italy just to watch the race at the track.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah. All right. Side quests. So the side quest is an achievement that we give for something outside of, like, usually a story or a headline, something outside of the race weekend.
Yep.
Now, I'll give you mine first. So this one made me chuckle. Joel Embiid tweeted about...
The big oath from the Sixers.
Yep. So basketballer from the Sixers. Yep. Tweeted making fun of McLaren about their PAPAYA rules and basically saying that Oscar Piastri is a better man than he is because of the way that he handled the whole situation and his patience and his composure.
We know enough about Joel Embiid to know he wouldn't handle that very well.
No. Well, I was thinking... My first thought was like, Joel Embiid recognizing Piastri in this whole thing and how fucked up the whole situation is hilarious, and it kind of made me go, he's all right, that Embiid guy. But then very quickly, my second thought was like, well, hang on. If Joel Embiid is saying that, you've got serious problems.
I love that. Yeah, we don't mind dabbling in the NBA.
Well, he's clearly a fan of Piastri, and if he's a fan of Piastri, he's a fan of us, and therefore he's a friend of the podcast.
I'll take it. I just love that the worlds are combining here.
Yeah.
I try to crash the worlds together, and then here we are. You don't hear Formula One and NBA muttered together.
No,
they're very
starting
separate.
to just creep into a lot of sports.
It is a little bit. Like, I listen to a lot of NBA podcasts, and occasionally they'll talk about, everyone's in Miami this weekend and that sort of thing, and kind of a little bit vice versa, but not as much.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
Oscar Piastri might be the most famous Australian in the world right now. Everybody knows him.
I was watching a YouTube channel, and I love this. It's called Speed. Okay.
It wasn't Box Talks
Banner? It wasn't. It's called Speed.
How dare you cheat on us?
It's called Speed. The dude who runs it was on a YouTube channel I used to watch years ago and whatnot, and he made a joke, and I loved it. He was like talking about McLaren, and he said, Zach Brown will call you back. Lando Norris will call you back. Oscar Piastri, please call me back. And I was like, that's great. That's great. You know how cool Oscar is.
Yeah.
And he's an American, right?
Yeah.
I loved it. I was like, that's cool. Like, this guy knows. You're right. Oscar's the man. He's the man around the world representing Australia.
Oh, that's great. Who have you got?
Daniel Ricciardo announces retirement from motor racing.
Unofficially, but officially through Ford, his Ford sponsorship.
Yeah. I mean, there was always like, okay, maybe he's done with Formula One. Mm-hmm. But he loves NASCAR.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay,
maybe he'll come to V8s. Maybe he'll do a Bathurst, a one-off appearance. So many IndyCar. There's so many people leave Formula One and traditionally continue doing something.
Red Bull broke him so bad that he didn't even want to drive a car anymore.
He's not even 40.
Race a car. Yeah.
Right?
Well, no. I mean, you got fucking Alonso out there happy to just rack up continuous records of races without... Yeah.
Race starts.
Yeah, race starts without any success.
Yeah. This guy, I was frothing. I was like, okay, if he's not going to be in Formula One, as I said last week, I've finally come to grips that that's not happening.
Yeah.
A week later, he's not even going to be in any form of motor racing anymore, and that does cut me.
How's the cheekiness of teasing the promo and clearly having it related to Ford racing?
Because that's what he said. He posted himself something around the corner.
Yeah.
And I was like...
And then, it's a fucking Raptor?
And in my mind, I was like, has he not taken the Cadillac deal because he's actually going to get that Red Bull seat after all? Which would be terrible.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll take that.
That's the hopium.
I'll take that. It was that day, I was like... Wait, this is better. And then it was like, no, he's retired from motor racing. What a shambles.
Yeah.
So I think he's done.
Sad to see the big Rick energy go.
He's done in all forms. So,
all right, final category, Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Easter egg is a stat from the weekend that we came across, where you may have known, may have heard, may not have.
Yep.
So my one is related to Max Verstappen. Now, this one was kind of flogged around a little bit, so you probably did hear, but I like getting into the little details of it. Fastest Formula One Grand Prix in history. Average speed of 250.7 kilometers per hour.
Is that during the race?
For the whole race, yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The 1 hour 13 is crazy. That is a... Did you just say that?
No.
Okay, sorry.
With a race time of 1 hour 13
That's
and 24
crazy.
seconds. Yeah. All those poor fans that forked out all that money and got half a show.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, that's fast, man.
That is fast. Yeah.
Like, barely a sneeze over an hour.
Now, this is where it's kind of interesting. The previous record...
They do 3 hours of practice. An hour of qualifying for a 1 hour 13-minute race.
That's funny. Yeah,
like let that sink in.
Yeah, that's a good point. So now, what are you saying? You should buy tickets to like Thursday and Friday on the cheap days. You get to see more racing.
You actually want to see some stuff.
Yeah. The previous record was held by Michael Schumacher in 2003. Now, I did hear Ted in Ted's notebook. Oh, I love when Ted's back. He does the little notebook. Yep. He said 2004. So either Ted's wrong or I'm wrong. So
I'm sure you're right.
I'm pretty sure
you're right.
Yeah. And that was 247.585 kilometers per hour. So that's a 3 kilometer or 2.5 kilometer, no, 3 kilometer per hour difference. Yep.
Yeah. People are switching off with all these numbers.
1 hour, 14 minutes, 19 seconds. So
there you go.
That's actually quite
close. I couldn't help but think last year they said it was 20 seconds slower than the record last year. And I couldn't help but think if they didn't do all that, because Oscar got held up for laps and laps not being able to pass the Ferrari.
Yeah.
So there was a chance Oscar could have gotten it last year.
Yeah.
If he wasn't held up for all those laps, not being able to pass.
Now, the final part of this is the most interesting. It's only the second time that record has been broken in 54 years.
What record's that? The fastest lap?
The fastest Grand Prix in history.
That's hard to wrap your head around.
So, like, you'd think with the evolution of Formula One that they would consistently break that record.
The evolution of Formula One encapsulates safety.
Which
one
does
safety
probably...
car, which wasn't around 50 years ago. One safety car blows it out the
sort of highlights how fast they were going back in the day.
Yeah.
And
I mean, green, if it was still a 300k race, or if they're doing an equivalent.
Yeah.
Green racing from start to finish. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty impressive, to be honest. I mean, they also had to nurse the cars as well. So, yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Give me yours.
Alex Albon becomes the third most tenured driver at Williams, which is just...
Like for career?
Yeah. Third most, length
experienced.
of time.
Yeah,
sure.
Like most starts with
Williams. Yeah. That team's been around for a very long time.
It feels like he only just got in that car like last year.
Yeah. I just can't compute. I'm like, really? Like,
maybe that's their problem. They weren't able to develop anything of note because they didn't hold drivers for long enough.
Yeah. Oh, that shocked me. I mean, they had a lot of good Albon stats, and I spat one a couple of categories ago. With his points this season versus the last 6 years. And there was another one which I didn't note down, but like that one, I was like, wow, that blows me away.
So if he's first, Carlos must be third by now. Oh, sorry, third.
Yeah.
If he's third, Carlos must be like fifth by now then.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Good one.
All right, that wraps it. I fucked up my own joke.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. Keep it, Chris.
No, cut it. Chris, cut it. All right, that wraps up the categories for Monza. It was a eventful Grand Prix. Yep. So why don't you take us home on a high?
Quick Sunday sesh.
With the Sunday sesh, yeah.
So I'll ask you a question. If you get it right, you're a Formula One purist. If you get it wrong, you're a Drive to Survive fanboy.
I love how hard you have to think about.
I really do,
What are these titles again?
They're
not that hard.
16 episodes now. I'm still struggling to get it right.
Yeah.
I believe you told me pre-episode that you're equal with the box bashes.
8-all, yeah. So I had a commanding lead and that has dwindled.
Yep. I've ramped up the difficulty from soft to medium.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I've taken it back down a notch. Unlike
back to softs.
Unlike Pirelli at Monza, I've taken us a step softer.
Yeah.
Multiple choice.
Soft is where I am happiest.
Yeah. A bit of flaccid tire.
Yeah. Right. Give me a flaccid question.
In 1975, a team took out the Formula One constructors title for the third time. In 1975.
Like third time, all time?
their third constructors title in 25 years.
Yeah, okay.
From the history. It started Formula 1 1950.
I already know where this is going, like a 70s race. Great.
It's not a race. I'm asking which team did it. Which team?
Okay.
Do you want to have a stab? Feel free to have a stab before I give you 4 teams in the multiple choice.
70s.
You can have 1.5 points if you get it right off the bat. So you just have that.
I don't know if we have the technology to do half a points on this system.
Chris will figure it out. He's a smart fella.
70s. Okay. I will go with McLaren.
Wow. No. But that'll help you because that's one of my multiple choice.
Okay.
All right. A, Lotus. B, Ferrari. C, McLaren. D, Surtees.
Okay, well, it's not Ferrari because they would have won earlier in the Formula 1 history. So it's going to be between Lotus and what's the other one that I've never heard of?
Surtees. Don't say that out loud.
Surtees?
That you've never heard. That you've never heard of them.
Well, I certainly can't picture them or who drove for them.
Yeah.
But you're giving me... I know you like to throw me off. So I'm leaning towards Surtees, but give me the next hint because I can't.
It's multiple choice. Next hint.
It's a multiple choice.
Yes.
There's 4 choices.
You've already knocked out McLaren.
You couldn't have given me 3.
You've already knocked out McLaren.
By accident.
Come on. 1975. Third constructors title for this team in 25 years. Lotus, Ferrari, McLaren, or Surtees.
All right. Well, I
wants another hint. Come on.
I had to go off my gut because I never do, and I'll just go Surtees.
Yes. This Ferrari.
These questions are just dumb. They're just dumb.
You are such a sad boy when you don't get it right.
Hang on. The whole premise of Sunday Sesh was...
On this day, Ferrari won it. Won their third title.
And there was nothing else that happened on this day.
There was a lot of stuff. A lot of Italian Grand Prix.
And this was the best question you could come up with.
Hey, I was talking to Pops, actually. Next year, I'm happy to reverse this role.
Why do we do it now?
What, for the next couple of rounds?
Well, there's still 8.
Okay. If you're happy to, go down to the box bashers who are now up 9-8.
Yeah.
If you're happy to forfeit at this point,
because we're a team.
Are we? Okay.
Well, aren't we?
Okay. Well, now we're losing. Maybe I'm starting to think I need to change my questions if we're a team. It's you.
Yeah.
Versus the box bashers.
See, the reason why we didn't ask you is because I don't know a lot of deep F1 history. So,
what, you think I'm coming up with these off my noggin?
No, but if I'm asking you, there's probably a much greater chance that you're going to get it because you love, like you watch dusty odd VHSs on Formula 1 and you fall asleep to F1 Bibles in bed.
Don't reveal my private times.
All your questions have been old as fuck questions that I don't even, like I've never seen a race from that era.
I've given you some questions from recent times that you still fumble, which is fine. No one's expecting
We'll talk about it off camera.
Okay.
And we'll make a decision.
All
right. Monza done and dusted.
Yeah.
Now the next round is Azerbaijan.
Mm-hmm.
Azerbaijan.
Easy for you to say.
Baku. Week off in between, and then we got Baku.
Yep.
So we'll have something for next week for the fans out there.
For sure.
And then, hopefully Oscar can, let's call it a bounce back. Obviously he had success in Azerbaijan last time. So hopefully he can replicate that.
Hopefully he can take his 10th career win where he took his second.
Yep. And look out for our pre-round episode going into Azerbaijan where you're going to run a lap of it and give us a rundown of all the finer details.
Of what I do and don't know.
Yeah, we'll run through some of the stats, facts and odds of Azerbaijan.
Can't wait.
If you want to make Timmy wet, hit subscribe, like,
subscribe and watch the fucking video.
And click the bell.
Yeah, click the bell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Cool as.
Love you, pal.
All right. Thank you.
GG's.
Yeah. See you next week.